one of the rules that I suggested was that Meera is not allowed to be on the furniture because the higher she sits, the more rank or status she has. Now, whenever I suggest that we incorporate this as a rule, I always want to incorporate a dog bed at the same time. This way the dog has a place where they have a little bit of status, just not the same status that I'm afforded by sitting here. So what I do for that is if you want to shoot over here, we've put this blanket here temporarily right in front of the flowering fireplace, and that's going to be Meera's bed. Now, Meera has, you can go back to me, Meera has the Guardian has tried to incorporate some structure. She doesn't want her snatching treats. So we say the word okay means the dog can take the treat, which is a little bit, I like the idea of the concept, but it's really the execution is a little bit confusing for the dog, and it kind of stunts things. When you use a reinforcer like a treat, when we offer it, that means yes, you're allowed to have it. So if we have a dog that really snatches, we might do that in a temporary measure, but then we want to transition off that. And again, we don't like using the word okay because it's such a commonly used word. So for now, what we're going to do, and this might cause a hiccup for this, so I'm going to describe this. We're not going to show Meera doing this because one of us has to hold the dog. So I'm just going to kind of describe what's going on. So we have the high value treats, the Tricky Trainer liver flavored that I like to use. I'm going to leave the bag here with the Guardians. So what I do is I take a treat. When Meera is looking at me and in the area, I'm going to take the treat and I'm going to throw it so it lands on the dog bed. Now, this is why I like using a dog bed that's a light color, that doesn't have any pattern on it, because dogs' eyes are not very good for color or for detail. There's a lot of pattern, the treat gets lost. If you have a light colored blanket or a bed and then a dark colored treat, the dog sees it from across the room. So when I throw it over there, the idea is Meera would walk over there and touch it with her, as soon as she picks it up with her mouth, I would say the word, what's the word that we're going to use for the dog?
Cabin.
Cabin. So we'd say cabin. And then we'll let her get it and she walks away. Then we pull out another treat, throw it there. Every time she goes over it, the second it touches her lips, she hears the word cabin. So we're going to do that several times a day. So you should just have a handful of these treats and don't go cabin, cabin, cabin. Throw one, then go out and do something else, wait a couple minutes, and later on then throw another one. So it's just kind of scattered throughout the day. Each one of you may be doing it about 10 or 15 times during the day. The other way we could do it is we can leave one there when she's not in the room or she's not looking. Now, what kills most people is they want to go point it out. Hey, Meera, there's a treat right here. Here, come and get the treat. That robs them of the confidence they get from self-discovery. So we're going to leave one there and not say anything. When she comes to the room, I smell a treat. And she sees it and she goes over there. When she goes over there, we're going to say the word cabin the second she touches it with her lips, when she reaches down to grab it. The third way we could do is actually bring her over there, lure her with the treat, put it in front of the dog's nose and bring her over, put her in a sit or lay down, and then put it in her mouth and say the word cabin. So even though she sits or lays down, we're not going to say sit or lay down, we're just going to say cabin. We want her to associate, every time I go to the blanket, I hear the word cabin, and I get a delightful treat at the same time. Now, first we do this to entice her to go there. But what will happen is after a week or so, she'll start going there on her own. Now, this is why we leave one there at times as well. When she starts going on there on her own, then we get up and we go give her a treat, or we pet her when she goes and sits or lies down or even just stands there, and we say the word cabin. So now we're rewarding her for going there. If there's a message, don't worry about it. Or you're just readjusting. Just like us, if every time we go to a restaurant, we find a $100 bill in the lobby, we're going to eat there a lot. If every time she goes over to this dog bed, she gets a tasty treat, then this is now a positive place. I'm not allowed in the furniture anymore, but the dog bed gives me a little bit of status, and I get rewarded for going there, and every time I get the reward, I hear the word cabin. After a week or so, we'd say cabin, and she'll go over there anticipating getting the dog treat. So this is how we teach our dog to use the dog bed on command.